Hello there guys, welcome to the Pickem Crew Week 1 of the NPL Season 2. I am your co-host, the Flying Bird, aka James, aka Big Bird. You can call me whatever you want. Ladies, it's Big Bird and bigger down below. And I'm joined by the man who writes the scripts for these games. Look, a lot of people think that our players have free will in these events, but you know what? Striker Flash, he wants everyone to follow their scripts. Isn't that right, Striker?
Very true, my friends. It's very true. And hello, everyone. I'm Striker Flash.
And guys, just be aware, if you feel tired after watching this video, don't worry. Striker does it to everyone. He takes out the energy of everyone. It's his hidden ability. You can't stop that.
Yes. You're all my puppets.
Oh no,
Friendly puppets.
Oh no, Jon Snow.
I'm kidding. Everyone's a friend in my book.
Unless they're not a friend, then they're a buddy. And if they're a buddy, they're a friend. I don't know. South Park made a very confusing episode on that.
Very much so.
All right, let's get right into the news. And our first match of this week is the Texas Tyrantrums versus the Kentucky Luxrays. And guys, for this week 1, me and Striker Flash both decided that it would be unfair to take in people's battling abilities because people in A League may look very good, but in B League they might be the worst. And it's just hard to note because I'm Striker. You haven't watched many of them either, have you?
No, not really. I haven't seen any of them battle. Again, I just write who I want to win.
Yeah.
Fortunately, they do what they got to do.
And then sometimes they break the scripts, and then you just find there's a new coach. It's just crazy what happens sometimes.
They look at the script. Sometimes they just throw it away and go, "I'm winging this."
It's terrible. It really makes it not a good show. Okay, so let's look at the Texas Tyrantrums as the Kentucky Luxrays. So we're gonna sort of discuss their draft, what we like about it, sort of thing, and what gives them an advantage. I think we both agreed on the Texas Tyrantrums. This is the second time recording it. We both agreed on the Texas Tyrantrums over the Kentucky Luxrays.
Very much so, we did.
Because of the fact that.
But what were our reasons again, good buddy?
Well, my main reason was, I think the Kentucky Luxrays have a really strong team. But so do the Texas Tyrantrums. But when I look at the two teams, the fact that the Texas Tyrantrums and Mega can do a lot of work and just put a lot more pressure than I think the Kentucky's Mega, I gave that as a sort of deciding factor. I think that was my main reason why I had the Texas Tyrantrums over the Kentucky Luxrays. Yourself, Striker?
Well, for me, it was just the fact that when it comes to Texas Tyrantrums, most of their offensive mobs can just go toe-to-toe with a lot of the walls the Kentucky Luxrays bring. If Florida's isn't rocking that psychic type attack or even a HP fire, that Mega Beedrill's getting a free switch in there, and it's getting off a U-turn, poison jab, drill worm, whatever it wants to throw at the opponent.
Well, not even just Mega Beedrill, even like Rose Red Tyrantrum. Nothing really appreciates the Tyrantrum head smash. Unless it's in the script that he runs into the turnbuckle. Am I right, guys? Am I right?
True.
Okay. So, the next match was the Reno Reggies versus the Barasha Darkrai. This is the one time where I disagree with Striker, and you'll see that in the script I'm going to be wrong, and you know, if I go missing next week, you know why. So, when I first look at the Darkrai's team, apart from the fact that it's an epic reference to a soccer team, which is a club that I sort of have an eye on, when I first look at their team, I just see that Goroba's doing a lot of work with that shell smash. I think that the Mega Venusaur Hydreigon Jirachi core is very good, but as Striker was proudly telling our amazing fans that will never hear his audio, that in one league he's 7-0 with the core of Barasha Darkrai, and in another league I'm in, the Reno Reggie's core of Mega Venusaur Togekiss Hydreigon Jirachi is 3-1. And I know people are going to be like, "Oh, but you said at the start of the video you don't get to take in battling ability." Yeah, we know, but you can't change them on. You can't just be like, "Oh, it actually has base 190 stats when it's with the Flying Bird, and it has 500 base stats when it's with Striker Flash." I just see that there's sort of a lot more potential in terms of the defense and a lot more potential in attack, and that's why I have to give it to the Barasha Darkrai.
Well, for me, it was the Reno Reggies, personally. Well, because I just see that core being able to stop most of those mons, and I can see a lot of the Barasha Darkrai just being shut down entirely by that Togekiss, the Hydreigon, the Tentacruel, all of that, especially with Versace, the Jirachi on that team. I can't really see the Barasha Darkrai being able to plan for that.
I just remember my main reason why I think Pangoro is that reason. Apart from a Jirachi play rough, I can't see any other thing really trying to run a hidden little trap for it. If he had a few more things that like got Moonblast or got a fairy move, like you look at his team, there's only Jirachi and then you get the Rotom Cut, Chandelure, Willow, but with Pangoro's subset, ugh. Tentacruel, yeah, Liquid is, but that doesn't really affect Pangoro. Like I see that Pangoro doing a lot of work, and then Mega Scizor as well, and that's why I had to give it to the Brush of Darkrai. I'm gonna let you take the next one to introduce, but we both picked the Rocky Mountain Marawaks.
Yes, the Rocky Mountain Marawaks versus the Los Angeles Go-Go's. And we did both pick the Rocky Mountain Marawaks simply because we just saw so much power on the other side and so much speed. The Rocky Mountain Marawaks, their Mega completely outspeeds the Mega on the other side, even though it is a Mega Medicham, that pure power high jump kick. The problem is, if you're going to go Mega Lopunny versus Mega Medicham, if you can get a couple fake outs on that thing will go down rather quickly. It does not boast it boasts a decent defense stat, but it isn't a strong enough defense stat.
Yeah, I remember my main reason being the Manaphy. I just see the Manaphy doing a lot of the work, and this is why the Rocky Mountain Marawaks are my lock of the week, because I see that Manaphy doing so much work. Manaphy, I can't think of a better League 1, which is hard to prep for the Manaphy. There's 80,000 different ways you can run it. In fact, I'm saying that there's probably about 80 different sets that will work really versatile. You can know that it can be Tail Glow plus 3 attacks, and there's about 80, there's at least 9 attacks, and to get that combination right is about 9 factorial, which is pretty much the equivalent of 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is a massive number. So just to get that right will be pretty hard for him. And I just see that Manaphy just doing a lot, plus the Mega Lopunny, plus the Reuniclus, just a lot of offensive pressure, just to sort of go, hello, welcome, I'm going to get you.
Not to mention, he's got that Darmanitan who's just going to be blitzing in, and it's going to destroy something. It's getting at least one takedown in this game, if it's coming.
No. If you're ready, come and get it. No.
Alright, next up we have the Kansas City Kakunas versus the Nevada Noivern. And to be honest, I've seen the Nevada Noivern play. I've seen them play some very good games. But like we said, we are not basing this off what I've seen, or what he has seen. I have never seen the Kansas City Kakunas play at all. So, from these two teams that we did see yesterday when we were talking it out, we both decided to pick the Kansas City Kakunas.
Yeah.
And your reason why, good buddy?
My main reason why, good friend, was the Kyurem Black I saw doing a lot of work. Kyurem Black is probably, in my opinion, second to Manaphy in League format. That's why PokeAMD having both Manaphy and Kyurem Black should be banned for life. But I just see Kyurem Black doing a lot of work to anyone's team. Look, you can run Ice Beam, then you can run Draco. You can run Ice Beam, you can run Dragon Claw, you can run Ice Beam, you can run Wild Charge. And for me, the Nevada Noivern are like really missing, I think, a Mega Sableye or something. It really looks like that they're missing something from that team, because it's like to run Stall. But apart from that, that's besides the point. I just see that the Kansas City Kakunas have a much better matchup, in my opinion.
That's right. Personally, I felt that Galvantula was going to do a lot of work. Granted, he does get a free split into his Thunderous Therian. However, you can play off that, maybe bring in some different moves that he's not expecting.
Infestation.
I know I do that all the time with my Galvantula.
Infestation, Hidden Power Ice, Sucker Punch.
Oh, lords. I actually ran that set once. Enjoyed it.
So next up, with the Columbus Carnivines versus Litchfield Park Larvatars. I picked the we both picked the Larvatars because with Striker writes a script, so you can't go off script. It's just not fair, I think, to the people at home. But I remember originally thinking I was going to go for the Columbus Carnivines, and then Striker made a very good point and actually persuaded my opinion, apart from the fact that he actually showed me the script and who was going to win. But the Conkeldurr, I see the Conkeldurr doing a massive amount of work, and then having also the combination of like Lucario, Gramble, Mega Absol, like there's nothing real that Columbus Carnivine says. It's like, hello, I'm here to be defensive, and it's like, okay, you take a massive hit. I'm going to do some damage to you now. Okay, how much damage you do? here we are with 5% damage. It's like, well, that takes you 20 hits. Litchfield Punk Lavatas will take 5 to kill you. Oh, shit. And that was my main reasoning. I just didn't think the Columbus Carnifites had the defense this week for the Litchfield Punk Lavatas.
Well, besides the defense, I just see that Conkeldurr, he's got that stab drain punch. He even has that possibility for knockoff. Even if that Gengar does come in to stop the fighting attack, you can click knockoff, and even if that Gengar does switch out, something's getting hit with a knockoff, and it's going down. And he also has that Chansey, both physically defensive and special defensive. He can pretty much switch it on almost any mons. He's getting that Heat Wave, Toxic, Stealth Rocks are probably going to be in the air. And personally, I can't see the Columbus Carnifites being able to deal so much with rocks. His Mega is going to get hit very hard if he can't get that Mega on first round.
Yeah, and also the fact that he only has Swallow, I think, for and Fortress for hazard removal. Not the best form of hazard removal. And then when you also look at the Litchfield Park,
actually, I don't even believe Fortress gets hazard removal.
Doesn't it?
No, I don't believe it does.
It gets Rapid Spin.
Give me 1 second.
It's the most common set in EU. That's why I know it's the only Rapid.
No, unfortunately, Fortress does not get any sort of hazard removal whatsoever.
No.
And UU? That mom's an OU.
It's actually Ubers. I got moved.
Oh, it did? Well, I didn't know that.
No, it's still in UU. It gets average. We're just mucking around. Yeah, so I just still see that that set just doing like Conkeldurr does a lot. And then people could be like, you made the point of Chansey. I don't see Chansey doing that much this game because I just see it more as a setup fodder for something like Mega Charizard X. But it's more see the things like Mega Rapsol, Conkeldurr, Rotom Heat, Volcarona. Both sides don't really appreciate rocks, and I guess Columbus sort of lucky in the fact that he only has Flygon for hazard removal, but saying that he also has Mega Rapsol to stop the hazards.
Very true, and what's worse is if he tries to get those hazards on Mega Absol, they're just going to be bounced back right off to the other side.
It's like it's like predicting against Striker Flashes when he tells you who's going to win the games. It just bounces back. It doesn't happen.
But like we always say, sometimes they don't follow the script I give them.
I know, it's terrible. They're sacked the next week. If the Sin City Staraptors don't follow the script, they're gone. Next up we have the HLV Roserades versus Sin City Staraptors, and by mutual consent we went with the HLV Roserades. When initially looking at both team matchups, I'm just trying to find the team. The HLV Roserades have a very sort of solid team in contrast to their opponents, the Sin City Staraptors. I remember looking at the two teams, and I think we both were pretty quickly to say, yes, Mega Alakazam's pretty quick, but in saying that it doesn't have that support there, and it's going to be, worn down a lot by things like Excadrill, Latias, Mega Diancie, Ditto, and I just saw that Mega Diancie, just like Shimpax 1, just being overpowered. Please nerf Mega Diancie now.
Fortunately, they haven't nerfed it yet, so I don't see that coming anytime soon, good buddy. But it's not just that. He also has that Greninja on his team, which can go right into a Mega Alakazam Psychic, even a Focus Blast if you're running the Focus Sash format.
Or if you just
personally.
Or if you just go to a low kick, it turns into a fighting type, doesn't it matter?
Oh, true. But he does have to watch out for that Trace.
The Trace of Torrent.
Yes, Trace Torrent.
Scald out, Steam Eruption, Mega Alakazam.
Next thing you know, he traces Imposter from Ditto. That'll be the day.
That'll be the day for us all. Yeah, but I think we both agree by mutual consent. We just saw a lot of Mons and HLV Roserades that had a lot more potential against the Sin City Staraptors.
I just see them being able to take the hits and just being able to dish out just a little bit more. And that little bit more normally wins you out in the end.
Yeah.
And next up we have the Bayern Munchlax versus the Long Island Golducks. And personally, we both believe that the Bayern Munchlax would just destroy the Long Island Golducks.
You had them as your lock of the week as well.
I did. Mainly because I could just see that Mega Gardevoir just doing so much work, especially with the core that he's got going for him. I do see a Skuntank, I see a Skarmory, and a Heatran. Granted, they are both Steel types, but he's also got that Claydol and that Seismitoad. He can really run however defensive he wants against this team. None of this team really wants to go toe-to-toe with him. Granted, he does have the Crocoon and the Gothitelle. He's got that Shadow type, which is now available in this year, which I never understood. I heard that it wasn't allowed last year, and now it's allowed.
I think it's because a lot more people have figured out how to play against, what's it called? Against the,
Shadow Tag.
Yeah, Shadow Tag. Like, I don't want to be rude, but Shed Shell's a very underrated item. Like, you can switch out once and it's like, hello! And, you know, like, the same as Magnet Pull, like, I think Magnet Pull and Shadow Tag, like, they're very good abilities in standard play, and this is where League makes it a bit more diverse, is that sometimes abilities that work in standard play don't have the same effect when you play League, because people can scout a bit more, can learn a bit more, and I think for me that when you look at the the Bane Munchlax team, you see a lot of mons that are like, okay, you trapped me, what are you gonna do? And that's where for me I was sort of like, alright, so he traps the Gyarados, Hesperon Thunderbolt. What if it has Rock on Berry? If it's the normal Scarf set, like yeah, you outspeed at one turn, then goes to Dragon Dance, maybe Bounce. You know, oh, okay, he might run Thunder then. Yeah, but what does he really do? Oh, Salamence as well. Oh, I've trapped him. I can go for Ice. I can go for Ice Beam. I'll go for the Archie Berry. Go for Dragon Dance. Like, it doesn't really reap those rewards that it should be able to do for you.
True, and personally, he does not want to have his Gothitelle go toe-to-toe with that Lantern right there. Be honest, if you put the two of them together, if that is Volt Absorb and the Gothitelle turning that Thunderbolt, Lantern's going to be eating up all that juicy HP like no one knows.
What if he gets skill swapped? What if make Gardevoir skill swapped it? Oh my gosh, that'd be a lord. Please do that, that'd be the lordest thing. Moonblast. I
would actually enjoy that battle if I saw that.
Carmine Moonblast skill swap. Oh, the lord set.
You can only hope, my friend. And the last battle was between the Portland Crobats and the Washington Blazekins. And personally, if I remember correctly, we both picked the Portland Crobats to win this.
Yes, we did.
And personally, we just felt that the Portland Crobats, with their defense and their immense speed and their defense, it just seemed like it didn't matter what the Washington Blazekins brought to this battle. Because the Mega Sceptile, it can't go toe-to-toe with a Mega Aggron. Even with the Focus Blast, that filter lets it live one, maybe even two hits, depending on how he's running that Aggron. And that Mega Sceptile, it does not want to take any one hit from that Mega Aggron. It will go down in at least two shots, no matter what he brings on that thing.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to be saying, like, oh, Magnet Pull for Mega Aggron. Yeah, but
let's not talk about Earthquake here, because if he's got that Magnet Pull on that Magnezone is not living a single Earthquake from Mega Aggron.
Or Superpower. I'd run Superpower because of the fact that if it's Air Balloon, I just do that for safety. But still, though, like, he's got the Hitmon top, Tangrowth. I just say the support there, and I think that's really important when we look at the games, is what teams have the best support. Because a Mega is only so much. One Mon can't win you a match. I've learned that, there's win conditions which can, put you in a very good position to win.
And even if he does switch in the Mana Buzz on the Mega Aggron, what are you going to do? Sit in there for a head smash?
Whoa.
Because we did see that. We saw A-Drive using a head-smashing Mega Aggron, and that caught us all off guard. Yeah. For those who didn't see his team builder.
Yeah, and that's what I think is really important, is looking at what is going to go on and things like that. So, guys, you've seen our picks for this week. I'm going to quickly review my picks. So, I picked the Texas Tyrantrums, the Barusha Darkrai, the Rocky Mountain Marawaks, the Kansas City Kakunas, the Litchfield Park Larvatars, HoH Rose, Bane Munchlax, and the Portland Crobats.
And for me, I picked the Texas Tyrantrum, the Renu Reggies, the Rocky Mountain Marawaks, the HLV Rose Raids, the Litchfield Larvatars, the Kansas City Kakunas, the Bayer Munchlax, and of course the Portland Crobats.
And until next time, guys, it's been your one and only Striker Flash.
And your Big Bird James Bird.
And catch you later.
See you guys.